Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Monica and today we're doing my next update for my Pandan palette for 2021, the Natasha Denona Lila palette. So we have so much to talk about. Like, oh my god, if you guys have been following me on my Instagram, you'll know the amount of updates that I've had this last month. I document them in real time on Instagram, and oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about. We have 1, 2, 3 shades finished. That's right. I finished 3 shades in the last month and hit pan in another shade. I feel like at the end of the last update, I kind of had that mini like, oh my god, it's already October. And I realized I really had to like put the pedal to the metal and work on this palette. And I did. And it's feeling more doable. Okay. I feel like what we have left, I can finish in the next 2 months. So let's go ahead and run the slideshow of all of my progress up until this point. And this is my palette now. Ooh, look at it. There's more pans than not pans, which that's very, actually, are we halfway through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ha, I can count. We do have more empty pans than pans with product in them. That's very, happy to see. So first off, I finished these 2 shades up here. So this was like the light brown, the light warm brown shade that I did not franken. I just repressed that. And after I repressed it and hit pan, that went really, quickly. This shade that was the frankened kind of light cool brown shade, like the taupe shade, I hit pan like literally the day after I filmed my last update. And then after I hit pan, it went quickly. I literally used it as a transition shade every day until I finished it. And then it was finished. I then finished the shade, it was right below here, that shade, and again, I just used that as my outer corner shade, because I had a good amount of pan in it already. I used it as my outer corner and as a pop of color on the lid every day, literally until I finished it, and so I was able to finish that shade as well. I expanded the pan a lot in the black shade, and I feel like I could probably finish this by the next update. I've been using it every day, not only in my brows, but I've also been doing a lot more darker, kind of smoky looks now that all my lighter matte shades are kind of gone. So I've really been using this brown with this to kind of give me like a dark smoky eye, which is why I was able to also hit little baby pan in that shade. So we have pan in that shade, we have expanded pan in this shade. I still have not hit pan in this shade, but that's going to be the goal for next month. I think I'm going to get there. At the very least, I need to hit pan, if not like really make some progress on these 2 shades right there. And then I hit pan down here again. Actually, I hit pan in 2 shades. I sold myself short. I also hit pan down here in the franken shade. You can see it down there. This is actually a shade where it's hard to see pan. I actually had pan in there for a while before I noticed it, because I had to like clean off the pan section because it looked really like the rest of the shade. So I hit pan in there. And I was using this kind of all over my lid and as my outer V after I kind of used up the other shade that was in here. I don't know if you guys can tell, I slightly rearranged the palette a little bit. I just popped over the pink shade. It used to be over here, over here. I kind of like having the shades closer together down here. And someone asked me why I don't like just move these down into the middle. To be frank, it's a lot easier to clean the palette on the edges, which is why I wanted to keep these kind of down here. Because trying to clean in between the pans in the middle is a pain in the butt. So if I can just like pop these shades out and clean the palette, or just clean around it, and then I can just clean the middle, it's a lot easier. So that's why I still have them kind of on like the top and on the bottom. And I also like seeing that whole row of pan. Is that not fun? The look that I'm wearing today is a combination of these two shades from down here, along with one other palette. I'll show that over in a minute. But I really like how it came out. It's colorful, but I don't think it's as like bright. Like in person, I think on camera it's coming across a little bit brighter than it really is. In person, it's kind of like a lighter wash of color. And it doesn't look as like bright in your face. So like this might be something that I would wear like for work, especially maybe on a day where I didn't have as many meetings. I think most days I have meetings though, but I need to get like into a more comfortable state if I'm going to have a chance of using these up by the end of the year. And I think I'm getting there, you know? I definitely used these quite a bit, and I think I can keep using them. And I've just been bringing in some other palettes to do kind of like a regular smoky eye with these, and then bring in like a shimmer for like a pop of color, a lighter pop of color on the lid, which I'm debating. Once I kind of finish up this black shade, I kind of want to franken this into a black shade so I could also use it every day. And then I think this one I'm not going to have any problem using up, but I think one of these two, either the pink or the purple, I want to franken with a lighter shimmer just to make it a little bit more wearable for every day and to make it a little bit easier to use up. So I think I'm going to try using up a little bit more of that shade and then franken it with a lighter shade. And if I do any frankens or anything else with this palette, I will film it for the next update. So speaking of other palettes that I've been bringing in to use with my Pan That palette, I've really liked using the Good Sport palette, particularly the shade Rookie, which is kind of like a really nice light like copper shimmer, and then the shade Wild Out. So those have been really, really pretty just to bring in for like a pop of color on the lid. And then the one that I'm wearing on my lid today is actually from the Lethal Cosmetics and Teresa Is Dead collab palette. And it's the shade Spellbound. It's really, really pretty, like light lilac. And it matches those shades like perfectly. And it gives me just a nice like light pop of color that I was looking for in a look like this. So I think with my end game in mind, I'm probably going to bring in other palettes a little bit less because I really want to start kind of using up these shades. I don't think I'm going to have any issues using these up because I'm already reaching for them most days. But down here, I need to start getting a little bit more use out of these. And since this one's kind of already franken and I really, really like it, I think it's going to be one of these two that I'm going to franken next. So leave your recommendations down below because I'm thinking of like a light champagne shimmer. I might do both of them. Who knows? Maybe franken them together with a light shimmer. What do you guys think? What would you do if you had these two? Because these are the only two shades left down here that I've not franken or touched. And I kind of want to go ahead and do that now to make it a little bit easier to get through that shade. And I think that is it for this update. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. This is my Instagram. I posted all of these updates in real time and people were losing their minds in my Instagram messages talking about how much of a great update I'm going to have. So if you want to watch, especially as we're getting into the final stretch, if you want to catch in real time, because also if I do finish the palette before, you know, the end of the time period, it's probably going to get posted to Instagram first. So make sure you follow me there if you want like breaking news, up to the minute updates on this palette. So I feel like I can do it. I feel like I'm focused, and I think like previously it's like it was a lot of shades to use, but you know, I finished 3 shades in the last month. If I can keep up with that, I think we're going to be fine. At least I hope so. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below if you guys are panning a palette in 2021, how that's going, and if you're thinking of a 2022 Pan That palette, because I think I've already kind of picked one. I'm still debating on it, but I think I've already got mine picked out for next year. Thank you guys for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.